Hi, and welcome to Rabbit and Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I'll be doing a collective read today. Now, if you've been with me before, you'll know that I've been putting in chapter markers in the timeline as well as the description box below. Sometimes it doesn't show up on the timeline. Not sure why, but they will always be in the description box below. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for taking a chance on this teeny tiny little tarot channel and reading. Your views, likes, shares, and subscribes are super appreciated. And if you're new to my channel and new to tarot, I have a little bit of a tarot intro, nothing intense, just some food for thought. Tarot and oracle are tools for self-reflection. At least that's how I think about it. They're meant to help guide us when we're making decisions with our own inner moral compass based on our own particular brand of happiness. I'm an intuitive reader, so I know the cards, but I rely on messages from my ancestors, my guides, and the universe, if you will, to tell me what messages need to come through. Now, there's only so many there's only so many cards in a deck. And so oftentimes a card will come out that is an approximation of the message that my guides are trying to bring forth. It's up to me to interpret it. But for you, it's up to you to decide whether or not it resonates. And the thing is, it might not always resonate because I'm reading a collective. So that's a lot of different energies. So if it doesn't resonate, don't worry too much about it. Just leave it be. You always have free will and autonomy because ultimately you are the maestro of your own destiny. And that's the main and most important point. And I believe in fate and destiny. I do. But I believe they only take you so far. It allows you opportunities to walk this path or jump to this timeline or say this thing or do this thing, but only if we decide. Again, we have full autonomy and we are the maestros of our own destiny. So don't give your power up to a tarot reading. It's a tool to help guide you should you want to use it. Okay, so let's get into the pre-shuffle. I'm using some mermaid themed decks because of the fact that the moon is in Scorpio and that's a water sign and I'm a Scorpio rising and that makes me susceptible to watery energies. So let's go ahead and see. I'm going to do a cut and look at the bottom to do the pre-shuffle and then we'll move into the actual reading proper. Okay, let's do one more shuffle. And I'm also doing this thing where I don't edit my videos, so if I get to the point where I'm doing ums and you'll have to rock with me because editing just takes too much time and I'd rather you see the whole process of my read than for it to be choppy. So if you hear a door knock or a cat meow, it's all part of the process. Okay. All right, so we have patience and waiting. So perfect, this combination. Okay, so collective. And I love how in these images we have patience and waiting. Now these things can be read together, which I am going to read them together. There is something that the collective is banking on, is hoping for. There is a goalpost in mind. There is an outcome. There is an event. There is a possibility. You all are focusing your energy on whatever this is. Now, but if we look closer, we also have these deep, rich colors, and we have a sunny color. So this makes me think of lunar and solar energy. So if it resonates, it resonates. This may be something that's divinely orchestrated. You may feel an intrinsic pull to somebody, but we'll see how this goes. We'll just keep going. That just came to my mind, especially since the moon in Scorpio, the moon in any sign will kind of magnify or amplify how that sign feels. And so with Scorpio, since they're into Plutonian journeys and kind of deep diving, introspection, and wanting deep and profound connections and feelings and desires, it makes sense that with patience and waiting, there is something that I'm hearing that the collective is kind of like chomping at the bit, just cannot wait. It's like, you know, before a horse race, all the horses are ready to go. And once the flag goes, they just take off. It's like that. You're waiting for something to happen, for something to pop off, or some event to take place. And I want to say that it is a positive anticipatory energy. It's not anxiety that I'm feeling. It is an anticipatory energy. Okay, so let's see. Trust and free spirit. Okay. I love how free spirit originally well, not originally, but I think when we hear free spirit, we're meant to interpret it as someone who's carefree, that has like kind of like this devil may care kind of attitude. But the way that I saw it, when I saw trust and free spirit, I heard trust the process. Let spirit work in the way that it's going to work for you. So we had patience and waiting, right? There's something everyone in the collective apparently is waiting on, something to pop off, something to happen. Then we have trust and free spirit. Trust the process. Let spirit work in the ways it's going to do. Try not to confine the outcome. Just allow it to happen. That's kind of how it feels. Okay. I mean, I know that was a really short pre-shuffle. Usually I have some more messages, but it seems very short and to the point. So let's just get into reading. I'm going to pull some cards that are okay. I'm going to pull some cards that are going to represent the energy for this reading. That was just kind of an overall how we're all kind of coming into this reading. And now this is the energy for the reading. Mystery. So the unknown, getting some lunar energy. And I did say I saw some lunar and solar energy in those first two pre-shuffle cards. There is something that is not quite clear. Again, very the moon energy in tarot. Very uncertain. And again, I don't feel like it is anxiety provoking. It is anticipatory. You can't quite see just yet beyond the glittery veils. There's something that we're all waiting for. There's something that we're hoping will transpire. Let's see what else we have. So then we have positivity. Look at this person's face. They are just full of happiness. So yes, whatever it is that we cannot see when this will come in. There's anticipatory energy. We cannot wait. The collective is like chomping at the bit to have whatever happen come in, or to occur, or to happen, or to be shown, the light shown on it. Because once it does, I'm feeling a wave of happiness, or almost like a wave of relief. Let's get one more card. So awareness. Y'all are like lookouts, binoculars in hand, searching that horizon, being like, is it coming yet? I'm unawares. Not unawares. I'm unawares. Like you are eyes on the horizon. When is it coming in? I love that. I love this energy. Okay. And because, again, I picked the Mermaid deck, this is a deeply emotional thing that you're waiting for. I mean, it could be you're like waiting for someone who is deployed overseas to come home. Maybe it's waiting for the love of your life to walk into your life, and you already know who that is. Maybe it's, waiting for your sibling or a best friend to come back for like spring break. There's something that you're waiting to happen from an emotional standpoint. So let's tell a story. Let's see what oh my goodness. Oh my god. I guess we're taking that one. I was trying to shuffle, but that just literally jumped out of my hand. So let's see what that is. So we have the Emperor. Ooh. Okay. This makes me feel one of two things. One, you are waiting yourself for this moment of empowerment. Okay? This moment of recognition, of people to understand you got this. Because you do. That's what I'm hearing. You do. You've got this. You got it all under control. That doesn't mean that there aren't points of worry or frustration or little rifts of anxiety. But there's an amount of bravery in this energy, this Emperor energy, very solid, very fiery energy, very protective, very nurturing. I'm hearing your moment to shine. And for others, I'm hearing they're waiting for this energy to come in. Like this, and it does feel romantic. It does feel romantic. It's almost like they've been waiting a long time for this balanced energy to come in. Yeah. This balanced energy to come in. I really feel like the collective knows who this is. So this, okay, if this is you and you're waiting to be recognized, ready to be lauded for your abilities, I do feel like it's coming. Whether it's recognition at a job, a promotion, maybe just amongst your peers. Like, you feel confident about yourself, but you just want people to know that you got this, right? You've got this. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so we've got a Tower coming in. That's why I hear I've got this. The Tower is, for a lot of people, it can be really, really like unnerving. It's upheaval. It's quick change, unexpected change. So this could be, well, and let me preface this by saying the Tower doesn't come in for no reason. The Tower comes in because something absolutely needs to change in this person's life, whether it's you or someone that you know. Something absolutely needs to change. And that there has been time, and I'm hearing this, there has been time for whoever's experienced this Tower to address it. There has been time, there has been signs, there has been support systems through family, friends, loved ones, but the change hadn't quite been completed yet or hadn't quite been addressed yet. And so the universe, in its, unending energy and balancing hand, I guess you could say, they're bringing in a Tower because something needs to change. So the example that I often give is with a job. Like, maybe you're in a job that you don't particularly love. They overwork you, they underpay you, their benefits aren't great, and they're not the healthiest work environment. But you have the job because it's a consistent paycheck. And you keep saying, I'm going to leave, I'm going to find something better. But it hasn't really come around yet, or you're a little bit nervous to actually start looking. Well, the Tower comes in when that company folds, and now you have to look for a job. And the universe does that because there's something out there. There's something out there that would pay you better, give you the promotions, respect who you are, be a better work environment, be healthy and more fulfilling. Like, there is something better for you. The idea behind the Tower is something needs to be taken away or moved out of the way so that something better can come in. This Emperor energy, again, I heard, I got this. So it's almost like as if, okay, take this as it resonates. Someone who's a water sign, specifically, I'm feeling it's Scorpio because the moon is in Scorpio. Someone in Scorpio is ready. Someone who is a Scorpio or has strong Scorpio placement is ready for whatever change is coming. Like, they know it's coming. Again, that is not a surprise because water signs tend to be deeply intuitive. It's like they can tell that this change is coming and they're like, I got this. I'm ready. I am ready for whatever this is. For those that are wanting to be, I guess, in some way tested, wanted to prove their strength. Now, for others who are waiting for this energy to come in, well, that may be if you're in a relationship that is unfulfilling or disempowering. Maybe that relationship ends. Maybe that friendship that you had hits a roadblock and then you guys go your separate ways. Maybe this is a toxic family member that is doing the same behaviors over and over again, and finally there is a break. You're drawing a no contact time. It needs to happen because something better needs to come in or is going to come in. So let's just keep going. What else do we have? Oh, that one didn't fall to the table. Let's have it fall to the table. There we go. So Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, so in this moment, after the Tower, we have the... Did I show you? I can't even remember. Let me just hold it up a little bit more. Wheel in reverse. When the wheel comes out upright, it's about moving things forward positively, moving in your benefit. When the wheel is in reverse, it's somebody in the energy almost resisting the change. Now, this is interesting because we had this, what I feel like a very strong scorpionic energy being like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this. I got this. The Tower comes in and then there's a little bit of a falter. Like they're unsure whether or not they can actually navigate it, which when they look deep inside, they know that they can, but it's almost like they were caught on the back foot. They like took a step back. They fumbled a little bit. They're not sure if this tower that they're experiencing is that moment that they need that's defining of them, if that makes sense. I'm almost hearing, is this the moment in which I really step up? Is this my moment? Like there's a little bit of second guessing here. Same thing for if this was a relationship that, was disempowering or problematic or toxic. If the relationship has ended and the Wheel of Fortune comes in reverse, this is the energy experiencing the end of that relationship and being like, oh no, what do I do? What's my life going to be like without them? Can I survive without them? What will people think if I do go no contact with my family? What will my other friends think, knowing that I have broken away from this particular person who may be problematic? There is like kind of like almost a refusal to understand. And I don't want to say refusal. That's not actually the word. There's like, in that moment, there's like an inability to see that this is happening for a specific purpose. And there's a little bit of doubt, a little bit of fumbling back, which is a very human thing to do. Like, I'm not even going to lie, that's happened to me plenty of times. Let's continue forward. Okay. So we have the King of Swords. Ah, the truth. So, did I show you? Oh my gosh, I'm so terrible. I'm sorry. The King of Swords. The King of Swords is logic driven, not letting emotions get in the way or cloud the way. And I feel like this energy, I just heard this energy needed to come in because this worry, this doubting came from an emotional place. I heard there may be some ego in there, and I don't mean ego like arrogance. I mean ego as in what society and media presses upon us to make us feel that we have to do, say, act, be a certain thing to be a successful adult. All those things, all those parameters that are pressed down on us that make us feel inadequate sometimes, that's ego. And that comes from an emotional place, a mental emotional place. And so it's like we need logic to come through and be like, look, okay, let's take it back to the job situation. The scorpionic energy is like, I got this. I'm ready for whatever storm is coming. I've done the work. I feel strong. Then the company folds, and there's that moment of, oh shit. I mean, I was ready for some change, but this got me on my back foot. Like, I don't know what to do. What am I going to do? How am I going to survive? Then logic needs to come in and be like, logically, this job was overworking me, underpaying me, not enough benefits. And I know that my skills, my worth, and what I can bring to the table is much more than what they've been giving me. Same thing goes for a relationship. Just put it in that context. Understanding logically, when you look at it logically, if you try to, in the moment, not get sunken to like a bog of low vibrational emotions, but to recognize, hey, this happened for a reason. I fell out of friendship with this person, or I've drawn this healthy boundary with a problematic family member because logically they were making more problems in my life, making it difficult, making me feel some type of way about myself, and I need to protect my peace. Logically, this needs to have happened. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. Yes, logically that needed to happen because now we get the star. You've cleared the way by being ready, accepting the tower. There's a little bit of a fumble, a little bit of a worry, but that's a very human-like response. I mean, we are human. We are imperfect creatures. But then logic came in. Your energy hit you some logic and said, look, the job wasn't good for you. This connection was unhealthy for you. You've now cleared the way. The way is paved for you to experience your wants, needs, desires, and this is deeply healing. This is the guiding North Star that is leading you to your ultimate happiness and your ultimate fulfillment. Yes, absolutely. This is the mystery that you couldn't see. This is the patience and waiting. Like the waiting part was a little bit anxiety provoking, but when you get to here, it's anticipatory. It is that free spirit that let the universe, let divine timing roll out in the way that it may not seem it at the time, but when you look at it logically, it has cleared the way for you to accept something more worth your while, something that recognizes your worth, something that celebrates who you are authentically. Yes. And we've got the Page of Wands. This is your chance to really start, like I'm hearing, start anew. This is your opportunity. You have a clear path. You have a defined, like the follow the yellow brick road. Like you have a path paved in gold to your better version of life. You 2.0, success, abundance. It's all laid out in front of you. You just have to take the action. And I know at first it can be a little bit daunting. You know, you're just starting out, just a small step, but every step you take leads to your future success. Like even if you just take one step a day, after a year, you've taken 365 steps. That is progress. That is progress. So we have Five of Cups. Yes, it's not going to be easy. There's going to be people, and let me move these over so I can have more cards. This is not going to be easy. Five of Cups. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be people that sometimes energetically you just have to let them be on their own path. Sometimes you have to say goodbye to an old version of you. That sometimes can be uncomfortable. Sometimes you're left wondering, like, well, who am I without my suffering, my trauma? Who am I without these friends? Who am I without this job? Who am I without this family connection? You are still you. That doesn't change. We have Two of Cups back here. Yes, it's hard to see past the things that you have to move away from and kind of reconcile within yourself. But the Two of Cups is back here, meaning that there is still goodness and hope for the future. And we have back here, we have the lighthouse, which is the star. It's there. You just have to walk towards it. Page of Wands. You have to take those steps. Okay. One more card, and we'll get some oracles. Three of Wands is about letting those ships come in. This is recognizing that on your journey in pursuit of your own particular brand of happiness, as you look forward to the future, on the horizon is the happiness that you seek. This is, again, I'm seeing free spirit, that oracle card, which is just let spirit, let divine guidance, let your intuition, let your gut feeling, whatever it is that you call it, let it guide you. Because you're moving to, again, Page of Wands, you're moving towards your abundance, and abundance is on the horizon and moving towards you. Okay? Whew, what a journey. Let's get some oracle cards. I'm going to use the Inner Child Oracle because it's one of my favorites. Let me go ahead and grab it. Let's see. All right, I'll start with two, but if, okay, I'll say three comes out and then there goes three. Okay. So we'll start with the first one, which is become aware. Create space today to connect with your body. Find a comfortable place and close your eyes, bringing your awareness to your physical form. How does it feel? What does it speak to you? Do hidden emotions reside within? After you've connected with your body, ask yourself what your body needs in this moment. Okay, I'll put that right there. I'm not going to sit and pontificate about what that means. That is just a message for you. Then we have the journey home. rest, comfort, and security. Our inner being longs for us to reside as one. Take time today to rest into who you are, your body, your soul, your heart. Place your hands on your chest and breathe deeply and allow your mind to envision the home within. And the last one, flow with the rhythm. Your body is a wondrous thing filled with light and love just for you. Create space today to move in tune with your body, finding a place where you can be alone, in silence or with instrumental music. Let your body flow how it desires. Get lost in your rhythm and release any notion of how you can or should move. Do not worry about how it may appear. And there you are. That's the reading for today. Thank you so much for taking a chance on this teeny tiny little tarot channel. All views, likes, shares, and subscribes are deeply appreciated. But more than anything, what I appreciate is your energy here today. My name is Angel. This is Rabbit and Moon Tarot, and I will see you at the next reading.